Okay, before I do anything else, I want to go into player behaviors and I want to disable those default controls. And then I'm going to go to main events and I'm going to add in my ladder climb key, which is going to be up. So key pressed, and I'm going to look for the up one. And then I'm going to simulate, oops, I put that in the wrong place. I'll delete that from there. I'm going to add a new event and add it here. Key pressed, up. Okay. And this is going to be simulate platform behavior, simulate ladder key press for the player, and click OK. So that'll program that up arrow key. So I've got my left and right. I've got my up arrow key, simulate pressing ladder key for player, and that should now still work. I'll just test it. Up key is pressed. It hasn't simulated anything. Oh, that grabs the ladder, but it doesn't actually move him up the ladder. So let's see why that might be doing something. Up key is pressed. Simulate pressing ladder key. Simulate. I might have to push this as well. Let's see, ladder key, up key, player. So I'm going to simulate pressing the ladder key and the up key, and we'll just see if that works. It does. Okay, so that will let him climb up a ladder and also move off the ladder. So that's that part done. Now, collisions. Collisions between the player and the sprite. So we add a new event for this. Add condition. We're going to say collision. A common collision for all objects. Collision between player and spikes. Now what I might do is I might actually go back to here and make a new group. Add a new object. Where do I make groups? I've forgotten how to make groups. No, it's at the top here. Open the groups. Click to add a group. I'm going to call it spikes. I'm going to add these objects to it. It's really annoying how it does this. Vertical spikes. And that one. And roof spikes. So there are all the spikes. Click OK and I can rename this spikes. So now if I go back to my edit here, if I type collision with, and I'm going to use the spikes group, then what I'm going to do is, for now, we're going to delete an object. That's going to be the player. This is just a temporary thing. We'll make it a bit better later on. So now if I get in contact with the, I'm not sure why it won't let me jump there. That does seem to be an issue. Let's see if I can get in contact with the sprite. So I go down there, I touch those, and it's game over for me. If I go over here, whoops, I went way too far. I don't have enough spikes around to check it, so I might have to put some in different spikes in. Let's put some there. Let's put some here. Let's put some, where can we put some that I can actually test them with? There. Put more spikes in if I wanted to. So I touch that one and I'm gone. The collision detection is a little bit funny, and I may need to make some adjustments to that shortly to see how I can change that. But that's not a problem for now. You might not have that issue with the tile set that you've used, but now we've got player movement, we've got it dying. The next video we'll look at score, we'll look at some collecting stuff, we'll look at resetting the game. These are whole things that we're going to do in the future, and so these will be coming up. But for now, this is where you should be up to, and adding that code in there. If you want to add things in to keep track of score, if you want to go ahead, because you can kind of tell where we're going with this, you're going to have to collect things, get to the end of the level, and then go to the next level. All of this stuff should be fairly straightforward for some of you to to do and work with. Sorry if I was out of frame for half of the video there. I've got a different monitor and it doesn't really sit on top of the video, on top of the screen anymore.